Hi friends, actually here we are starting a new exam revision series. As we all know that only 12 days remaining for the exam. So those who are preparing for IGCSE O-level economics exam, I am wishing you all the best. So here I am trying to attempt some of the predicted questions for IGCSE economics O-level economics paper 2, main paper we are discussing. So topical wise revision only I'm planning. So I'm expecting that these this kind of similar questions you may get for the exam is this coming May June exam. So hope you all the best. So in this video I am planning to explain three concepts: spending, saving and borrowing. Actually, the spending, saving and borrowing, what are the factors influencing spending, saving and borrowing, I already explained in my previous videos. So I will give you those descriptions in the comment box. So you can find the descriptions there and you can just go through that. What are the factors affecting spending, what are the factors affecting saving and what are the factors affecting borrowing. So here I am just concluding it. Just so you can see that what are the factors affecting spending: the disposable income, wealth, consumer confidence, interest rate, taste, age, gender, family circumstances, religion. Factors that influence saving: consumption, consumer confidence, interest rates, availability of saving schemes. Factors that influence borrowing: interest rate, consumer confidence, wealth, and availability of credit. So how these factors will influence and what it will have the impact on saving, spending, and borrowing is explained in a previous video. So those who want a detailed explanation for these factors and how it will affect means you can just watch it. So topic one, spending. These are the some of the expected question. I am expecting that you will get the similar type of question in your exam. So be attentive, and if you have any doubt regarding this topic or any doubt regarding this type of questions means please comment it below. I will explain it. For normally these kind of spending, saving and borrowing topics, they used to combine two concepts and they will ask. Actually, I'm expecting that this type of one question you will get for your examiner. So just listen how to answer this type of question. Okay, discuss why some individuals spend less than their income whilst others spend more. So we are saying that Indian consumers are two groups. In one group they are spending more proportion of their income, and one group they are spending less proportion of their income. And why this has happened? That is a question. So when you are writing this question, it is an 8-mark question. So knowledge application analysis, you have to define what do you mean by spending and what do you mean by saving. So that is a knowledge portion. Then you have to say that why some individual group is spending less, because they are saving more. So you have to say why some group of people are saving more. So first reason what I is given is that future consumption. For example, in future they are planning to buy a new car or a new house or any type of new luxury product. So that's why they are saving most of their income. Once they saved most of their income, there is no income available for spending. That's why they are spending a less proportion of their income on consumption. Then second factor which is affecting is interest rate. We know that interest rate means it is a reward for saving. Once interest rate is comparatively higher, automatically consumer will feel that it is the best time to save more. Once they prefer saving instead of spending, of course what will happen? Spending will fall because the reward for saving is very high now. Then third point is that precautionary factors. That means unexpected factors. For example, consumers are expecting that if anything happen means I need money. That time I can't able to go and ask for someone else to help me. So that's why consumer will have an attitude of dealing or keeping a money for the precautionary motive. Then the availability of saving schemes. Particular country is having more saving schemes. Like means that we will be say we have so many banks, isn't it? Each bank will offer variety of saving schemes with a different interest rate and with the different benefits, so that consumers will attracted to save more amount of money. Once they saved most of their income, what will happen? The proportion of income available for spending will fall. That's why some group of people are spending less. When you are evaluating time, you have to say that why some group of people are spending more. That will come under the evaluation. When you are writing evaluation, you have to say that first point is that attitude of spending. Actually, we knows that we are living in a particular society. Each society will have their own culture and tradition and their way of behavior. Some countries will have an attitude of saving, and some countries will have an attitude of spending more. So that's why people used to spend more, because their culture or their tradition or their attitude is what? Spending more. Then conspicuous consumption. They knows that intentionally they will consume more in order to show it off to others, or in order to show that yes, we are having a high standard of living, or we will be see that what others are doing, others are doing like this, so I also have to do like that. So like that kind of consumption pattern will be there in some societies. So that's why those group of people are spending more. Then uncertainty about the future. For example, in future maybe prices will be very low. So in that time, it is better to consume now itself, because tomorrow what will happen when the inflation rate increases? I can't able to purchase it. So it is a best time to purchase now. So that's why, because of the uncertainty about the future, people used to spend more or consume more. Then will we say that lack of dependence? It is happening usually in young age. Young people will not have a dependent. For example, they don't have a family or a kids or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. So like those kind of people, they have an attitude of spending more. That's why some group of people are spending more, and some group of people are saving more. In short, normally in young generation, people even have an attitude of saving little more, so that they will spend. Doesn't mean that they will not spend. In future, what will happen? The income will increase. So automatically both the spending and saving will increase. So this is where you can able to conclude your answer and you can able to go forward. So you have to expect like this kind of one question always. The second question from the topic of spending is like this. Explain two reasons why the rich spend more in total than the poor. So they will be considered two group of people here, rich people and low income people, and why rich spend more in total than in the poor. Actually, in money terms, who will spend more money? Rich will spend more money. Why it is? Two reasons why rich is spending more money. It's a very simple question. We can answer it. Why? What are the factors influencing spending? We know. First factor is what? Income. So rich people have greater income. That means that what? Rich have more purchasing power. So that what they will do? They will purchase more. Or another reason that why rich is spending more is they have greater wealth. That means stock of assets like savings, which generates income to spend. For example, some will have a share market. They will invest money in share market, so they will get more dividends like a capital gains, so that they can able to spend more. Third one, rich people are having a greater ability to borrow. They can borrow more money and they can spend, because banks are more willing to lend to the rich people. So the rich have more collateral, so that they can borrow more and they can spend more. Last reason we are saying is that more confident. Rich people are more confident because the rich maybe expect that their purchasing power will continue to be high. So look here, I explained here four factors, but the question is what? Explain any two reasons. So two reason means you need to write only two reasons. No need to write this all the reasons. You select which one you can able to write nicely with application, with exemplifications. So you select those 2 points and you can explain it. So you have to expect a 4 mark question. If they are asking from a 4 mark question, they will ask like this. So they will, here you see they are comparing the rich and poor. Sometimes they may ask about the old and young, who will spend more, like that. So your answer should be according to that level. Point will be same, the way you are explaining only will be different. So next topic we are going to discuss is that saving. Actually here I am expecting which way they will ask questions from the saving topic. So I'm planning to explain a two selected question, that is two predicted question. I am expecting that next time they will ask like this. So let's see. So previously I explained that in these kind of questions from this kind of topics, they will always combine two groups and they will ask either two age groups or two people group. For example, rich and poor, or a young age and old age. So here, see this question, discuss whether the rich always save more than the poor. So rich people will save always more money than the poor. So you have to be defined here what do you mean by saving and what do you mean by spending. The two knowledge portion you can able to write that one. Then you have to write why rich is saving more. First reason we are saying that rich have more income. So what are the factors affecting saving is there? We learned already, isn't it? So that same factors you have to be connected with the rich people and you have to write it. So rich have more income, so they have greater ability to save, so they can purchase the products they want and may have left to saving. So you can say that they have more money left to save. So that what they will do? They will save. Rich may be able to save more as a result, may be paid a higher rate of interest, receive a higher reward from the saving. That's why. For example, another reason they are saying that why rich people are saving more is that interest rate is very higher. Rate of interest is very higher. So that what they will do, if they save means they will be get more returns on their saving. So that's why it will encourage them, rich people to save more money. Third reason is that more confident. Who will be more confident? Rich or poor means, of course, rich will be more confident because they have more assets, they have more savings, and they have more investment so that they will have a guaranteed rewards, guaranteed income from these assets so that they will have a assets, wealth, income, everything. So they will be more confident. So this is the reason why rich is always saves more. Then in evaluation, you have to write, it is not always true. Sometimes who will save more? Poor will used to save more. Poor may have to save up to purchase the products which a rich can buy from the current income. Example, a television. For example, sometimes poor people used to save more than the rich. Why? Because poor people want to purchase something very good. For example, you'll be say that they may have a wish to buy a new house or a new TV or a new land. So like those kind of purposes, they used to save more money than the rich. Then, poor may be less confident, may be anxious to save to cover, for example, health cost, may be concerned not to get into debt. For example, we have to think about that poor is not much confident about spending. They don't have an attitude of spending too much because they knows that if anything happened, any health emergency came, they don't have enough money. For example, they want to send their children for higher education means they don't have the money. They need money. For those purposes, what they will do, they will always try to keep more money on saving. For will we say that precautionary motives. Because of this precautionary motive, who will save more money? The poor people used to save more money. Then poor or unskilled people may concern that they will lose their job during the economic downturn. Maybe for example, they have afraid of that. For example, if any economic crisis happen means they will lose their job first. So if I didn't save it more money means that time I will suffer a lot. So because of this reason, they used to save more. But in conclusion, when you are writing my final statement, you can say that always rich will save more money. In money terms, who will save means rich will only save more money. And in proportion wise also, rich only will save more money. So like that, you can make your own conclusion and you can able to conclude the answer. So make sure knowledge, application, and analysis. Analysis means the chain. Application means I give enough exemplification for this one. So it will be enough for that. So connect with always the rich group and poor group. So as I explained before, here also the same type of question, who will save more? But previously the rich and poor, isn't it? So here, discuss whether rich in one country will save more than the rich in another country. Here two people are there. Two people are the richest people from two different countries. Then they are asking that which country person will save more money. So you can able to take an example as first you have to define what you mean by saving and what you mean by spending and what are the factors affecting saving and what are the factors affecting spending. You can just simply write as a knowledge portion. Then you have to be right why rich in one country is saving more. For example, I will take the one person from Maldives and one person from India. Who will save more? So first one will be say, for example, you are saying a rich in Maldives will save more. Why? A rich in one country may have more money, so they have more income. People tend to save more as their income rises. So rich in one country have more money. For example, I told you a Maldivian richest person in Maldives have more money in income terms. You see, comparing to a person from other country, for example, I will take one person from India, will be say that a rich from Maldives have more income. That's why he is saving more. Then in Maldivian interest rate and in Indian interest rate. If Maldivian interest rate is higher, then automatically who will save more? The rich from Maldives used to save more. There may be more tax incentive in the country to encourage saving. For example, Maldives having a low tax on savings. So of course, then who will save more money? The rich from the Maldives will save more money. Then there may be a greater fear of recession. In Maldives, we are expecting in future there is going to be a recession. So that a rich in Maldives will save more money because he may not have a confidence of spending more. So this is the reason why rich in one country may save more money. Then evaluation, you have to say that no, a rich in India will, even though these factors are there, a rich in India will save more or rich in Maldives will save less. Why? You have to write it. For example, a rich in Maldives may have a greater job security, encourage them to spend a higher proportion of their income. In India, they don't have a job security, but in Maldives, they have a higher job security. Job security is higher means they will feel that my job will be always secure. So I don't need to worry. So I can spend more. I don't need to save more money. If they have this kind of thinking means surely who will save more money? The rich from India will save more money because Maldives is overconfident. That's the reason. Then there may be more of culture of saving in another country. You know that Maldivians doesn't have the culture of saving more money. But Indians, I think comparatively Indians having a little bit more culture of saving money. So they used to save more. That's why a rich from India may be saving more money than the Maldives. There may be more or greater financial institutions in the country. For example, you take India. Indian persons will have more financial options of saving. So more saving schemes are available in India comparatively to Maldives. So who will save more money? Indian person, rich from India will save more money. Then there may be higher inflation rate in Maldives. That means that what? Surely who will spend more? Maldivian richest person will spend more so that he will save less. And there will be low inflation rate in we are expecting a higher inflation rate in where India, so that what will happen? It will affect the confidence of the people, so that they will save more money because in future price increase means I need enough money to buy it, isn't it? So a rich from India may save more. So in short, we will be saying that these are the factors affecting saving only. But when it comes to the rich and poor means you have to be considered like a rich and poor. From rich in one country and rich in another country means the way you are explaining only will different, but the point will be same. I hope you will understand how to write this kind of question. So you have to always expect this kind of one question. This is one of the predicted question I am expecting. So the third concept in this video is borrowing. So how the questions will ask from the borrowing. As same like before, so it is a predicted questions. In the borrowing, if a question, one question will be there means how they may ask from the questions from the borrowing topic. Okay, let's see. So question is, analyze why some individuals are more likely to borrow more money than the others. Why some are borrowing more money than the others? Very simple. So here two group is there. One group is borrowing more money than the others. What is the reason why this group is borrowing more? So these are the factors affecting borrowing. For example, the possible reasons include first one, some individuals run out of financial difficulties. So they are into the run into the financial difficulties. So they are in financial difficulties. So that's why they are used to borrow more money. If I have so many financial problems, in order to deal with that one, what I will do? I will borrow more money. Some individuals are spending beyond their limits. For example, my salary is 10,000, but my spending is around 14,000 or 15,000. So that time I need more money to meet my spending, isn't it? So that time what I will do? I used to borrow more. Some individuals may be better able to pay their money back. For example, they have an able to pay money. So they have an ability to pay it back. So I have a confidence that every month my salary will be, I will get a very good amount of money as a salary and a income for my savings, reward for my savings, so that I will be more confident. So I will borrow more. Individuals may be able to provide more security. For example, I have more collateral assets, like assets, documents, and everything I have. So by pledging that one, I can take more money so that I can borrow more. Some individuals may have need of money for a very short period of time. For example, any emergency comes, all of a sudden I need some money. So that time if they can't able to wait for the next salary date, so they used to borrow from others. Some individuals may have a greater need for something, for example, a house or a car or a holiday, something very greater need. So that time they can't able to wait for a long period of time for that. So that time what they will do, they will borrow more. It is a 6 mark question. So knowledge you can able to write what do you mean by borrowing and what are the factors affecting borrowing. Then according to the concept, this question you have to be explained why some group of people are borrowing more money. So that when you are saying that factors, you have to be connected with that exemplification and you have to explain it. So like you have to expect like this kind of one question, okay? As I said before, now also I'm saying the same thing. This question also they are combining all the factors. For example, spending, saving, and borrowing pattern of a young workers may be differ from the old workers. So they are asking about two groups is there, young workers and old workers, and there's pattern of spending, pattern of saving, and pattern of borrowing. They are asking. It is a 6 mark question. So young group, or for example, if I'm taking spending, who will spend more? Young will spend more or old people will spend more? Of course, young people will spend more, isn't it? So that's why first question, young workers may spend more as they may not have a family to save for. They are very young, they don't have any dependent population so that they can spend more. But old people are not like that. They have a dependent population so they can't able to spend more. So old workers may spend a smaller proportion of their income as they may be paid more, so can afford to save. For example, even though old people's salary will be very high, they are more experienced, more skilled, so that their salary will be very high, so that they will spend only very less proportion of their income as a spending, and they will prefer to save more because they are planning to go for a retirement age, so they need more money for that time, so that they will save more. That's why their spending will be lower, saving will be higher. But young workers saving will be lower, spending will be higher. Young workers may save more to example to purchase a house. Sometimes young workers will save more to buy a house. That possibility is also there. Young workers may spend more on high-tech products. So we'll be say that young people will have an attitude of buying latest products, updated products. If you are not updated, you are outdated. So that in order to update it, they will use to purchase the latest products so that they will have a high spending pattern. So young workers may spend on the high-tech product, then older workers may spend more on healthcare. Then we know that older workers sometimes they may have some physical difficulties, so that what they will do, they will spend more money on healthcare aspects. Young workers may save less as they do not have a sufficient income. Especially we know that young people are just into the working age, isn't it? So they don't have enough experience or savings, so they don't have a promotion. Sometimes their income level will be comparatively lower than the old people, so that they will used to save less because they have only very less income. Then how they can able to save more? Old workers may save more as they are prepared for their retirement. So, of course, I explained previously they are planning to preparing for a retirement, so they used to save more. Then I will discuss about borrowing. Who will borrow more? Actually, young can able to borrow more because they are very confident and they can ability to repay it back. So young workers may borrow more because they may be buying a car or houses, so they can able to borrow more. Young workers may more or less because banks may be more reluctant to lend young workers because they don't have any assets or a collateral. Comparing to the older people, they have assets and collateral, so they will be get easy loans. But young people, bank will not be ready to give a loans. So it is a analysis question, so you can able to explain according to your own way and your own exemplification. And don't think that whether it is correct or not. In economics, everything is right. It is based on the way you explain, how much analysis chain you develop, how well you develop, that much mark you can score it. So in short, in these revision videos, I am expecting that you may get a questions from the spending, saving and borrowing portions like factors affecting pattern of spending by different age group or different countries. In saving case, factors affecting saving or a saving pattern of different age group and why people are saving. Then borrowing, why people are borrowing money, what are the factors affecting borrowing money, then which group will borrow more. So you have to expect these kind of questions and you have to prepare well. So all the best for your examination. Thank you.